Well, I think it's fair to say we didn't expect this season to end with playoffs, did we? We are facing a Nottingham Forest side that finished 20 points and 3 places above us. They got 100 points in their domestic season. They'll be gutted to miss out. The only question is this: can we improve our form against the top sides and take advantage of Forest's woe? Yes, hello and welcome along to part 65 of the Head Coach with me, Daniel. We are back today for a playoff semi-final. I don't think any of us expected that, even up to a couple of episodes ago. But we turned the corner late in the season. We beat a lot of mid-table and lower sides. And today we've got the ultimate test because we play a Nottingham Forest side that finished 3 places and 20 points above us in a championship season. Not to mention, of course, that their goal difference was 27 better as well. We have generally really struggled against the top sides, but today we have a chance to do something incredible. If we do get through to the final, we know we won't be playing a side as good as Forest, so that is some solace already. So if you're looking forward to seeing if we can do it, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. It might be late May, but it's gusty with a downpour of Portman Road. Maybe that's what we need in the first leg to make it ugly. Bar Frankie Kent, everyone is available. Of course, we've had no games since the last episode, so it is all about the action on the pitch. It is all about getting a job done, because hopefully we can then push our way towards the Premier League. I'm not sure that we've got much of a chance in this game, but let's go and head towards it either way. If we go through to the fixtures, if we have a look at the past meetings between these sides, not quite sure the best way to do it now actually. Let's go back to the schedule. Let's have a look at the past meetings this season, because Nottingham Forest have not been beaten by Ipswich in this save. And this season in particular, as they came down from the Premier League, it's not been particularly good. A 0-0 draw in the first game. We've not been able to be aggressive in attack, and we've not been able to get a result. So let's go and get through to the team selection. There is a lot of work to be done here. Thankfully, we've had 9 days off since the last league game, so everyone is fresh, everyone is ready to go. Our big decision is who we play on the left-hand side. I'm going to stick with Jimmy Campbell rather than Howard. And then, of course, Samuels is on the bench because we're missing Frankie Kent as a centre-half option. We did sell Clinton Mola as well. He was sold not long after the 2 episodes ago when he played really poorly. I forgot to mention it last time out. He went off for £2 million, and Ulsan in South Korea was bizarrely the club he chose. So let's go and get through this 11. You all know what it's going to be like by now. Our best 11 is very settled, and this is what it's going to be. We've got Daniel Grimshaw in goal, Davis and Swanson the fullbacks, with Wolfenden and Edmondson at centre-half, Adeniran alongside Harper in midfield, Simpson back in form in front of them, and then of course Ferdinand and Campbell on the wings, George Hurst on 32 goals up front. Can we go and get ourselves a big moment and a trip to Wembley? The home leg comes up first for us being the lower place side. I'm going to play with the balanced mentality, try and be that bit more forceful, and then we'll judge what we're going to do in the second leg based on how this one goes. Big pressure on both teams. Forest, very unfortunate to miss out on automatic promotion. Are they going to make it count in the playoffs, or are we going to be able to take advantage of what might be a little bit of heartbreak in their ranks already? Let's go and submit the team and head to Portman Road. Must be a big crowd in, but can they be our 12th man? Well, let's go and find out. Well, it's 4 changes today for Forest. I'm not sure why they've made so many from the final league game, but they have brought back in their top scoring striker. The likes of Moran, Downs, Torreira. It's a rock-solid midfield. This is going to be tricky. Joe Gelhardt on the bench is still probably better than any of our attackers. So let's just go and get through the dressing room. Let's go and push these lads on. Pick up where you left off. There's no real pressure on you. Everyone expects you to fail. Can you deliver a miracle? At least give us a chance going into the second leg, because the last thing we want is to go there knowing we've basically already lost. So through to the first half, Forest are fantastic, but we've got a chance in front of a packed Portman Road to try and make history with Ipswich Town. Well, it's almost a sellout here at Portman Road as we're back with a Davis free kick. This would be a lovely time. Oh, he's done it as well. To score with your first shot on target. I was about to say it's been a very quiet 20 minutes. There's been no shots on target. Forest have had a couple, but no highlights in terms of shots at goal. But our first one on target. What a time for Leif Davis to put a free kick in the corner. Went the opposite way to I was expecting. Keeper got beaten on his side. With 35 minutes gone, we're keeping the ball well, we're in this game, and we are 1-0 up. This is crucial. It's going to leave me with one hell of a dilemma for the second leg, but they've not really had much of a threat. This was always the worry after missing out on promotion, and to be fair, you see it an awful lot in the real world. When teams end up in third after a big promotion push in the playoffs, they really struggle to ignite the fire again. They're normally a little downbeat having missed out on the big promotion. And for us, it's a real opportunity as Wolfenden at the back to Edmondson. On the yellow card, we got to be careful. Great play from Adeniran to Simpson. Hurst down the right-hand side to Ferdinand. It's a great run. Has the chance to cross. It's a bad tackle Downs. Ferdinand keeps the ball though. Hurst on the volley hits the bar. My word, he hit that with some thunder. Rattled the underside of the woodwork. He's so unfortunate it didn't go in. With just under an hour on the clock, it is 1-0 to Ipswich Town. And to be fair, while it's been an even game, we have been absolutely brilliant. I'm not going to make any changes early because I know that this is our best chance of winning. I think we've got 5 days before the second leg, so there's not too much pressure there either. As Gunn goes long downfield for Forest. And when he runs onto it, we know he's a good goal scorer. We can't give gifts like that. He goes for the shot. It's in for 1-1. And in a game where they've offered next to nothing, we've given away such a poor goal. Individual defensive errors. And again, it is that defensive area that's weaker. 20 minutes to go. We gift an equaliser. And the excitement might now be over. But we've got to try and bounce back. So let's go and make some changes. Harper is knackered. He'll be replaced by Dougie Miller. We're going to bring off Swanson for Trey Hume at right back. Edmondson I can't do much with because the backup centre-halves are awful. So I'm looking further forward. Simpson off. Maybe we go for Johnston and we'll put Miller in as the number 10 instead. They'll be better maybe that way round. Hurst I've got to leave on. He's the big goal scorer. And on the left, I'll switch Campbell for Howard for now. 4 changes made. We've got another 20 minutes or so. Can we nick ourselves a lead here? That's all I really want. We're going to encourage the lads with 10 to go. Again, looking very downbeat. We've talked about it before. We've got a professional squad. We've got a hard-working squad. We've not got the most determined squad. It doesn't respond well to adversity. If we let in a goal, we generally collapse a bit. And that is a concern as Grimshaw. Big ball over the top towards Hurst. Who's going to get there? Keeper's come flying out. He does well in the end. Gunn heads it to Downs. He brings it out left. Norden taking on his man. Hume forces him back. Then continues to run. Completely ignores and abandons his position. And we've conceded another goal. And tactically, I don't know what Trey Hume is doing there. He's just turned into an excited kid and started chasing the ball around like a lunatic. With 2-1 down, the dream is over. Edmondson will come off for Samuels because I now can't afford a red card. With 2 minutes plus stoppages to go, we look like we're going to lose the home leg, and I'm not sure we recover from that. It's probably going to be damage limitation. We knew when we got into the playoffs, we were the underdogs. It would probably be a bridge too far. But the manner of the goals we conceded in a game we've been thoroughly competitive is really, really frustrating. So let's go and talk to the lads. Despite the result, it was a good performance. It's 2 individual errors that have cost us. And again, the subs aren't good enough. The defence is ageing and it's a little bit frail. But we're going to get through to the second leg. We'll give it a go at the City ground. But I'm not sure we're going to get back into it. And coming out and trying to play, it's going to have his associated risks too. Well, we're back for the second leg at a sold-out City ground here in Nottingham. But we know who we're going to be facing in the unlikely event that we do make it through to the final. Because last night, Burnley, after extra time at home in the second leg, did get through against Peterborough United. So we will be facing them if we make it to Wembley. But of course, that is not looking particularly likely at the moment. We've got Woolacott and Frankie Kent not quite fit, though Kent can go on the bench today to improve our centre-half options. In terms of the 11 though, there's not a great deal I can change because if we go and get Kent back in here and you look at this squad, we've got a few players out of contract and unhappy outside. Virtually everyone who's not starting isn't match fit. And when we bought subs on in the last game, of course, you saw we got so much worse so quickly because we've not got that quality outside the 11. And that is the difference between us and these top sides. So I'm going to stick with Jimmy Campbell on the left. I'm going to stick with the same 11 in full. So you know what to expect. We're going to stay balanced. There's no point trying to counter Forest. We need to get on the front foot. We need to get the first goal. If we get battered early on, then of course we'll drop back. But for now, let's go and chase this game. Let's try and be brave. And let's see how much it costs us. Everything's happy off the pitch, but The lads seem like they're just happy to be here. They don't really seem to be up for the fight. There's 6 changes being made by the host. We've had 6 days off, so that seems a bit odd. And maybe a change of shape because Gelhart is in alongside another striker. Nordin, the match winner from the first leg, is dropped. Moran and Torreira as well. They've basically got 2 teams that are top championship level. We've not got 2 teams. Our backup couldn't even compete at the top of League One. It's a very tricky position. We're going to ask the lads to give the fans something to cheer for. Go and push, see if you can shock them at the start. And if you do, for the love of God, defend a bit better than last time. We're just 4 minutes in and we are on the front foot from a throw in here with Swanson. Looks a good position for it as he switches to Campbell. Chance to get to the byline, even though he's supposed to be cutting in there. Gunn makes a bit of a hash of that. It wasn't the best cross, but Forest get away with it. They play out. Hurst wasn't really high enough up, neither was Simpson to cause any pressure, as we've got it at the back with Wolfenden to Campbell. There he is cutting in from that wing position to Adeniran. Here's Edmondson at the back and Adeniran again. Into his centre half. Again, not much going on, just keeping the ball, waiting for the right opportunity. But it's been a more confident start than I expected, as Harper brings it over halfway. Wide to Ferdinand. Can he produce the magic? We so often rely on him. Into Harper again and Adeniran. Support from Campbell. Cuts inside. Oh, he just took too long there as Davis finds him again. Adeniran out to Davis. This is more like it. Out on the left wing. Beats his man. Chance to cross. Cuts back again to the edge of the box. There's 2 there. Harper's 1. Harper scores. It's the same start again. A big goal. A big start to the game for Ipswich. We are back on terms on aggregate. We couldn't do it, could we? I'm sure we won't. I mean, they haven't had a shot on target yet. And as soon as they do, they'll probably score. But it's 1-0 on the night. It's 2-2 on aggregate. And we're putting up a fight. That's the most I could have asked for at the start. Though immediately after I say that, we are back with Forest in attack. On the right-hand side, Edmondson heads away. But we're under pressure as Braybrook gets to the edge of the box. Tries to beat his man. At the byline he is. Back again. Hurst was there defending on the byline. Adeniran can bring it away, but he's got no support. Plays to Simpson. It's a shocking ball. Put enough weight on it so he can run onto it. I don't want players having to check their run. Oh, he's not done it again. George Edmondson, the captain of the club, for the 2nd leg in a row, has been caught dallying on the edge of the box. What are you doing? Play short, simple passes. I didn't see any evidence of that. What sort of player trait is it? He's the best defender at the club, and I don't know what's happened to him. What is his report? I want to see what his pressure is. Consistent performer. Nothing to say he doesn't like the big games. It's just an awful individual error at the most horrific of times. And what we're going to say for this game is Nottingham Forest in this tie have scored 3 goals. None of them they have had to do any work for. Trey Hume vacated his position for the winner last time, and Edmondson has inexplicably been caught twice. I cannot believe that he's turned up and done that on the big stage. We've gifted them a goal. We've gifted the fans a reason to get behind their team. And at half-time, we are behind on aggregate. It's been a great performance. We've been the better side. But you can't give away goals like that. And unless this ageing defence that seems to have a very big problem with mentality gets overhauled in the summer, I don't see us progressing. Oh, this is so frustrating. It's been a game where we've been so much more competitive than I expected. I'm actually really proud of the way we've played. But we're going to have nothing to show for it. And it is all of our own doing. There's Adeniran on the left-hand side here. Challenged by Downs, who just wanted that more in the challenge. Swanson picks it up at the back again. This time back to the keeper, Grimshaw. He's got acres of space. He can bring it forward and there's no pressure on him. Can he find a long ball? No, he goes short to Swanson. He brings it out from the right. No pressure again. Forest not pressing in our half as Simpson finds Hurst. Got support left from Campbell. Through to Simpson. It's great football. Oh, he's at the bar. He had to score that. No composure at all. Just slashed at it. And all it needed was to be placed into the corner, as he's done so many times this year. We've had glorious chances here. I don't know how our expected goals is 0.7 because that was a great chance. And it's not really added much at all. 1-1 on the night. We look so good. And there are positive signs here. But we need some youth into this team. And we need some quality too. As Braybrook gives it to Downs. Has support but goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. We'll look at changes in a minute because Ferdinand's having a poor game. Simpson's missed a couple. Edmondson's been crap at the back. Awani gets through now. This could be game over. It is not. It deflects into the side netting. Edmondson on that occasion did well. as Roberts has got a corner. In-swinger from the right, headed off the line. Brilliant work from Leif Davis. It's out to Nordin, who's on. Scored the winner last time. That one is harmless. And with just over an hour gone, it remains 1-1 on the night. We need one more goal. We're going to encourage these boys. I don't want to make changes yet because we saw the impact last game. The backups aren't good enough. Wolfenden gives it to Swanson here. Here's Harper again, robbed in possession. That's the other side of it though. Fatigue just setting in now. We're not quite able to make that pass in time. Harper loses out. Nordin in. It is almost identical to what happened in the first leg. We take the lead. We play really well. Give away an atrocious equaliser at the back. And then get caught down the left wing for a winner. Fresh legs off the bench make the difference. Harper is now absolutely knackered. Dougie Miller for him. We'll do Simpson. In fact, we'll make it the same. Johnston in midfield. Miller number 10. Ferdinand off on the right for Hitchin. Howard off on the left for Campbell. Both of those as wingers on support. How have we lost both of these matches? The last change will be Ken on for Edmondson. Somehow Wolfenden's had the worst game of the two. But let's just go and get through to the last 15 minutes. So close for the most part of the game. Evenly matched with one of the best sides in the league. But when it comes down to the finer details, we have been well and truly caught out. The morale is shot. They're not responding. They feel so sorry for themselves in a tricky situation. I need a few leaders in this team who are really determined. Because at the moment, bar one or two, they're a great group of lads. They're professional. They work hard. But they don't respond to adversity at all. Swanson's flying into challenges, not learned from his 2 red cards this year, and Nordin forces a brilliant save from Grimshaw, who again has not had the best match. Could do with an upgrading goal, could do with upgrades in defence, and who knows what we do in attack, because we've got 2 very good loan players, we've got a few ageing players like Hurst. I don't know what the next step is with this club. Can we take them any further? We'll have a season review in a minute to reflect on it. But we're going to have to make a big decision here because we're bringing on 34-year-olds. We're bringing on youngsters from the academy. We're not bringing on players in their peak. It is a problem. As Hurst flicks the ball down for Johnston. Can we get a consolation? No, we can't. It's offside against Hurst. Absolutely awful. And he's wilted a bit on this stage in the playoffs. 4-2 on aggregate, 20 seconds left. They've deserved it overall, Forest, because they've taken the chances. They've stayed in the game. And we haven't done just that. We missed a great chance with Simpson. We gave away silly goals. And Nottingham Forest, as a result, will be heading to Wembley for the playoff final. Yes, it was a great achievement that we got here to the semi-final of the playoff. We got 6th place. We did really well. But we just fell short in the end. Forest dominated after they got the 2nd goal. It was a good effort. Again, the lads just happy to be there. So I think this summer, we'll look at the season review and judge it. But I'm guessing it's going to be a summer job search. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Well, let's finish with an end of season review at Ipswich Town. A very good year where we performed above expectations. However, the lack of squad depth in the end was just too much. I am going to tell you now as a spoiler that we've had our budgets for next season and I am applying for jobs elsewhere because I don't see how we progress or match this achievement given what's coming down from the Premier League as well. These are the signings that came in this year, and fair play, the director of football did all right with the budget he had. When you look at Howard for 300 grand, when you see Campbell and Miller for nominal loan fees, Ewan Simpson still getting his name wrong, brilliant signing on a free, and Jack Johnston, he was all right, but to be fair, I wouldn't have spent all our budget on him. Let's get through to the season results where we did really well to get into 6th place, but ultimately 3rd and 4th, the more recent Premier League sides, they're the ones that go to Wembley to play out for the Premier League place. George Hurst had a great season. The fans came in their numbers again. The FA Cup, disappointment at Leeds. The Carabao Cup, difficult against Spurs, but overall a pretty good season. The biggest win was the one we saw on the opening day. The hope we had after that day, compared to some of the runs after, was tricky. Goal of the season was Mark Hitchin against Spurs in the Carabao Cup. And a match to remember, a 3-1 win in November against Coventry, a game that I don't really remember. Let's get through to the finances because it's been a bit of a strange season really. We've not sold in great numbers. Ferdinand is the academy star, he's the top shirt seller, and of course he is going to be above Hurst for that reason. Surprised that Howard and Harper are as high as they are, but most of the other stuff down. Of course the club reputation has not changed, it's not improved, it's not had that boost from a day at Wembley or the Premier League. And the best 11 for the season, exactly what I would pick with the exception of Howard on the left wing perhaps, but definitely a more progressive style of play, certainly a lot more goals, but overall it wasn't quite enough. The accolades, we got manager of the month in August, it went very downhill after that. 10 assists is a record for Ferdinand, 8 man of the matches for George Hurst, he's now 31 and will start declining. Young player of the season was Simpson, fans player of the year Raheem Harper, Hurst scored 32 goals, he deserves some credit for that. And George Edmondson, his passes completed might have been good, but he missed 2 big ones in a semi-final there. History in the making, a really successful season. We were expected to avoid relegation. We're still a far cry from where we were when we were at Airbus and Bromley and all of those. And we should say as well, we managed our 100th game for Ipswich. That was in the first playoff semi-final leg. So thanks to George Edmondson and Trey Hume for ruining that. Building blocks in place as we continued and improved to a top half finish. We then made it to the playoffs. Hang on a minute, Jimmy Campbell made the next gen list. Pretty spectacular, you got to say. Given his career a boost, no chance we're keeping him next year, is there? Let's finish that, I'll show you the budgets, it's not great. 1.35 million is the transfer budget, 350 grand is the wage budget. That leaves us 15 grand a week to play with the players going back from loan that we've got for peanuts. I don't see how the club improves. I don't see how it goes to the next level. So unless we want to stay still here, we've got to start applying for jobs, and I have started to do that. I've taken on Crystal Palace, who have stayed up in the Premier League narrowly. I've gone for Fulham and Everton, who have come down but should have bigger budgets. I've also gone for Real Sociedad. I've had a look at some of the others too, but they look like the best ones for now. Montpellier relegated, Schalke struggling in the second tier in Germany. There's some interesting challenges, but I do feel it's probably got to be a step up now. So we'll see which jobs come up, whether any of them offer us an interview. Hilarious to see Jim Goodwin being linked with Aberdeen again. Not sure the fans will like that in real life. But if you did enjoy this episode, heartbreak in a semi-final, individual errors costing us again, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know if you think we should move in the summer or should we stick with Ipswich for one more year. If you want to stay up to date and find out what happens, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back here in a couple of days' time with either a new season transfer special or a job offer from another club. I hope you'll come and join me to find out which it is. But in the meantime, we'll be back tomorrow with our Build a Nation save. That one progressing really nicely now. You can find links to that in the eye above with the Twitch channel and of course the football podcast too. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support as always. I'll put that Build a Nation save above my head now. I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time. But what will it be for? I'll see you there to find out.